Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Boston. Who's got the beans now? The New York Knicks they just snuffed the life out of the Boston Celtics on their home court after being down by 20 late in the second half. Again, they did it. When it was like at that moment, I was like, you can't do it twice. Can you? Well, wait a second. We have Mitch Robinson. Wait a second. We have Karl-Anthony Towns. Wait a second. We got the Wingstop trio. Wait a second. We have Captain Clutch. It's possible. Not only is it possible, they did it. The New York Knicks just embarrassed every single doubter out there. Every doubter in the NBA. Colin Cowherd. Unbelievable victory. The New York Knicks just came back from a 20-point deficit again on Boston's home court. Outstanding. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. The New York Knicks pull off game 2, 91-90. 91-90. They're up 2-0 in the semifinals, the conference semifinals. And the Pacers are up 2-0 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I hope that one goes to 7. I hope this one, maybe 5. I'll take 6 with the Knicks. With the Knicks winning it. Fantastic. Oh, man. Thank you guys for joining me here. My name is George. Please subscribe. Follow me on social media and share this video. You guys, drop your comments if you're watching it later on in the replay. Drop your comments. I read them all. You guys are my co-collaborators. My collaborators. There's no. I don't know why I say co-collaborators. You're my collaborators. You guys. I love. Hey, shout out to Lex the Destroyer. What's up, brother? Jesse Rodriguez. What's up, brother? I know. Can you believe it? Alex Kespi, Esco, 81 M Roman, Bob Chamberlain. We got everyone that's in the house. Fantastic. Connor T. What's up, brother? This is a fantastic result. What an incredible comeback. Incredible comeback. I wonder what the Vegas odds would have been if they even could run this line at all. Can the Knicks come back from 2 20-point deficits in the second half to win the first 2 games? I guarantee you it would have been like 10,000 to 1 or something like that. Well, guess what? The New York Knicks pulled off a miracle. They pulled it off. But was it a miracle? Was it truly? I mean, are the Knicks just much better than people realize? You know what I'm going to say? I don't even need to answer that. Thank you guys for joining me here. Let's get into it. I do have highlights for you, but I'm going to show them a little bit later because when I go live, I like to show them a little later. Left Rack City, that's right, baby. 91-90. I thought this was going to be a high-scoring affair. I thought it was going to be like 118, 116. I did think the Knicks could win game 2. I did believe it, but I thought it was going to come from offense. Instead, it was the defense. The defense, both teams played very good defense, but the Knicks defense was better tonight. That is something to truly behold and take in. The fact that our New York Knicks defense was better than the reigning championship Boston Celtics defense. That is something truly that is a game changer. Us winning game 1 was series altering. Us winning game 2 is further altering of the narrative that the New York Knicks got lucky, that the New York Knicks are never going to win another game. I can't wait to see what Colin Cowherd has to say tomorrow. Oh, wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. And I like Colin. I respect Colin. You know, when you have to put your opinions out there every single day, you know, you're going to be wrong sometimes. You know, and he does this when Colin was right, Colin was wrong, and all that stuff. But, man, it just shows he didn't watch this team enough this season. And you have to have watched every single minute played to understand that this was possible, like we have here. Oh, we got super chats in the house. Thank you guys for contributing. I really appreciate it. Leonel, thank you so much. Mikal Bridges deserves apology cards from all of us. I'm gonna write mine tonight. Send it out. He deserves an apology card. The man is a fourth quarter demon. So much so, look at this. Points in the first 3 quarters. Jalen, 8. He had 9 in the fourth quarter. Mikal, a goose egg in the first 3 quarters. 14 points in the fourth quarter when it mattered the most. There is something about the style of play that Mikal Bridges embraces and just who he is, because he's an Iron Man. He played 51 of 53 minutes in game 1. He played all 82. It's tough on the body. I was exhausted yesterday. You know, and that was just after me watching the game. Yeah, I mean, I have to do a lot of these shows and all this stuff, but I was to think these guys now. Of course, they're in their 20s, so they're like 30 years younger than me. But still, that it takes a lot to be able to recover. It takes a lot of effort. In those first 3 quarters, his legs were dead, but then the adrenaline kicks in, and the magnitude of the moment appears, and usually people shrink under that pressure, but not winners. Guys who have proven, or people, not just guys, because anyone, I mean women as well, but people who win, who are proven winners, understand that it's a different story when it's crunch time. And when it's crunch time, these two guys delivered 23 points for the New York Knicks in that fourth quarter. Outstanding, man. Woo! We got some more super chats. Let me shut those out before I launch into my whole post game. Lionel, once again, what's up, brother? Oh my God, I appreciate you guys' support so much. Thank you so much. Alex Kispa, what's up, brother? Knicks are looking great. Loving this. Bridges did it again. Bridges and Cat completed us. Respect. Knicks-Verse, baby. That's right. Thank you so much for your support throughout all this time, man. I really appreciate it so much. Channel, it definitely helping the channel tremendously. New York Knicks are up 2-0 in round 2 of the NBA playoffs, and they are facing the reigning champions. This and playing them on their home court. This is not something that I guarantee you nobody thought was possible before this series started. Nobody thought it was possible. Did I think it was possible? Well, if you watched the video I put out, my preview video for this series, you'll know that I was. I thought the Knicks could win this in 6, and I still am holding to that. I mean, I thought splitting the first 2 in Boston was imperative for that to happen, to go to 6 and for the Knicks to win the series. But taking 2, especially after what I saw in game 1, I knew that was a possibility this morning when I was like, I just can't see how Boston can adjust quickly enough during this short window to overcome what the blunder that they committed in the game 1, and they committed it again. Sandman, what's up, brother? Detroit series injected toughness into Knicks that was severely lacking and prepared us for this battle. Absolutely. Thank you for your super chat. That is a beautiful super chat. That is so right. We survey 100 people. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for going. Oh, man. Truly appreciate the super chat. Boston had a 20-point lead and still couldn't close it out. Looks like the Knicks are turning TD Garden into our own comeback playground. Let's go. Knicks in 4. I love that. Wow. Look, man. If Knicks, hey, anything's possible now. I'm not gonna scoff at anything. Totally possible. Fantastic. I smell blood, like Lex says. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's keep going. Karl Anthony Towns played I would say, I think it's his best postseason game as a Knick tonight. 21 points, 17 rebounds. He picked up a block, but his defense out when he's out on an island by himself. I know Hart said we're not going to leave him out on an island completely, but you know what? There's a little moat around that island. There is when he's out there one-on-one with Tatum, and he took care of business, which is why the Knicks held them to 90 points. Outstanding. Great job by Karl Anthony Towns. And then we have Fred Katz, who says there is an emergency at TD Garden in Boston. This is after the game was over. Evacuating the building with fire alarms going off. They made an announcement not to take elevators. Quite the ending to the evening. Turns out it was not a fire, so good to hear that. But it just shows how like furious the Celtics fans are right now. They lit themselves on fire. They're so curious. They're so furious right now. Look at that face. Look at that smile. Thibs, I gotta say, congratulations. You're up 2-0 over your former champion team that you were the assistant coach for. Boston Celtics shot 25 of 100 from 3 in games 1 and 2 combined. They shot 25% in game 1 and 25% in game 2. Outstanding defensive effort by the New York Knicks. You have to play great effort. When you can only put up 91 points, how do you win? You put up, you just fucking shut the fuck down your opponent. 90 points for them. 90 points. And that's when the Knicks making stupid mistakes left and right. And they still were able to come back. They went down 20 points in this game. Again, to come back. I can't even believe I'm saying these words out loud. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I am in shock, everybody. I am in utter shock. Holy shit. Oh, we got another couple of super chats. Lionel Argamonte, thank you so much again for another one. The Bodega cleaned the boards tonight. He did. It was just like it was like an amazing, it was just like a suction cup. He was just taking everything out of there. Beautiful. Sandman, thank you so much for your super chat as well. Last possession where Tatum dunked was stupid. It was MJ. He would have, would have milked the clock and hit a fadeaway. Pure. Well, that's situational awareness. That comes down to situational awareness. That was definitely a mistake on his side right there. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Let's go to the highlights. We're going to the highlights right now. The New York Knicks, they were actually up 3-0 early. But turns out, and I knew it all along, that the three-point shot that OG launched was when the buzzer was sounding. So I was not surprised they took that back. So then the Knicks at one point were up 3-0, 3-0, and then there's 3-2, and then like around here it was like 5-9. But no, they took that back, and now the Knicks got off to a bad start right away. They let the Celtics build up a little bit of lead. And honestly, the Knicks did everything in the first quarter that they shouldn't have done. They were down 11. What was the first quarter start? It was 20. In the first quarter, Knicks were down 24-13. They were down 11 right away in the first quarter. But Josh Hart, gotta say, shout out to our guy Josh Hart. Josh Hart was the high scorer in the game. Remember, my number one key to victory was Josh Hart must make the Celtics pay, and he did tonight. He shot 9 of 15, 50% from the three-point line, 3 of 6. Hit both his free throws. He got 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and only committed 2 turnovers. Finished with 23 points in his 43 minutes of play. Outstanding for him. To that match, it's right there to support Towns. When Brunson did not have a good game for him. Brunson was less than 33% from the field, 6 of 19. Only 2 of 9 from the three-point line. 17 points for him to go along with his 7 assists. But, man, let me tell you, the story of this game truly is the unexhaustible energy that the New York Knicks have, even when they're down. The fact that they never believe that they are out. That is the number one key to why the Knicks won tonight. But the number 2 one was Mitch Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, he played 22 minutes, gave you 6 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, and he once again was the high man of plus 19. He is living proof that the plus-minus stat is for reals. He was the number 1 plus-minus in game 1 with a plus 13. Number 1 right now with a plus 19. That means he's a plus 32 in the first 2 games. The Knicks have outscored the Boston Celtics by 32 points in the first 2 games when Mitch Robinson's on the court, which really helps considering the Knicks have gone down by 20 twice. Holy shit. Holy shit. We surveyed. Did I shout you out? We surveyed? I did. I did shout you out. Oh, thank you. Oh, my God. Boston had a 20-point lead and still couldn't close it out. Looks like the Knicks are turning into... Oh, man. And thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. M. Roman comes in with a super chat himself. OG's dunk was fucking epic, even if it was a foul. Dude, that was the moment. Boston, they got so much life. They got a jolt of energy out of that call being made that they called a foul on OG. If you didn't see the game, if you didn't see that part, OG came in. It was a dunk. Even Reggie Miller himself, upon rewatching it, Reggie Miller, the preeminent Knick hater there is, and I have to listen to him. I guess we all are now in the second round. Even he admitted that was a bad foul call. The beauty is, the Knicks were able to regroup and pull that out afterwards. So now we're down 20. 2:15 left in the third quarter, and then Deuce dunks. And guess what? What happens when Deuce dunks? What happens when Deuce dunks? We get the W. We get the W. There it is. The way the Knicks were able to close that third quarter changed the entire game. The inevitable outcome of the game. Oh, and then Deuce hits that 3. So now it's only a 12-point game beginning the fourth quarter. We're once down 20. To chop 8 points from your deficit and end up just down 12 definitely will give you an energy boost. And then Mikal Bridges just took off. He just took off there. Mikal Bridges ended up in the fourth quarter. He scored 14 points. 14 points for Mikal Bridges in that fourth quarter. 6 of 10 shooting overall. 2 of 6 from the three-point line. 3 rebounds. Picked up a steal. Brunson, 9 points for him. 3 of 6. 1 of 4 from the three-point line. The Knicks only shot 30% in that fourth quarter from the three-point line and still were able to win because they held the Boston Celtics to 2 of 11 from the three-point line. They held the Boston Celtics to 5 of 24 in the fourth quarter total. The New York Knicks outscored the Boston Celtics 30-17 to snatch their souls. Right now, they're all wondering if they have enough. I'm sure they're lying to themselves to think they do. I mean, you gotta lie to yourself sometimes. That amnesia. You have to weaponize amnesia. They're going to weaponize it. They're going to block this out, and they're going to come out and try to inflict the pain on our court that we inflicted on their court. That's going to happen. That's what a winner. That's the way winners think. Winners never believe they were beaten. They never believe they were beaten. That is the key. They believe that they can win every single time, and if they lose, it's because of XYZ they didn't do correctly. That's how winners think. So Boston's going to be approaching it that way. The thing that I worry about for them, personally, is, I mean, they should have learned that lesson from game 1. Because in game 2, and they were up 20, and still couldn't pull it out. Oh, man. Oh, man. What a fantastic situation here. So now, The Knicks are down with just 1 point. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh. There it is. The game tie. The game winner from the free throw line. Jalen Brunson. Look at this defense here. Look at Mitch. Look at Mitch. Look at Mitch. All over the place. Look at Mitch. Look at that. Look at that. Look at what happened to Jason Tatum right there. He dribbled himself into the vortex, into the Bermuda Triangle of OG, Mitch, and Mikal Bridges, and disappeared. Disappeared into the night. The New York Knicks have now defeated the Boston Celtics twice in a row on their home court after being down 20 points. I cannot even say that enough. That's how fucking shocking that is. Amazing. We got Gaga Zone in the house. John Rover. Bayard. What's up? Everyone's in here. Let's go. Let's go. We got over 260 in the chat. Fantastic. Yes, sir. Thrifty by nature. Good to see you, brother. Itigre 2031. What's up, man? Couldn't believe it as well. Couldn't believe it as well. Truly one of the most miraculous first two games of a series against a reigning champion that had, I mean, they looked unbeatable in that first round. Thank you, Detroit Pistons. Thank you, Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. And I said this before, and I still believe it. Even though the Pacers have beaten the Cavs, they're up 2-1 themselves. I think if the Pacers had played the Pistons, they might have lost. Honestly, the Pistons were a tough matchup, and they are coming, which is why the Knicks have to focus on now. The now is what it's all about. The Knicks need to fully grasp that they are up 2-0, and they got to come home with like an intensity that they have not. If they have shown it before this season, then we need to see it again. The New York Knicks cannot allow the Boston Celtics to come in and take Game 3 on our court. The New York Knicks have to rise up, stand up, and say, no, shall not pass. They cannot let them pass into the winning column. We have to keep them with a goose egg in the winning column. I want an 0 for 3 after Saturday. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm so fucking happy. You know what? I got to say, I'm going to shout out my son. My son was born in the year 2000 when the Knicks had just gone to the finals. And, growing up with me as his father, of course, he was going to become a Knicks fan. But then the dark days came. We had a little glimmer with Melo, and I got my son his Melo jersey and all that. And we got a little tease. But it's not like this team. It's not like this run. And I'm so happy for him and all the other young Knicks fans out there, like you guys are out there right now, who have not been able to taste this level of fortitude, of winning and gutty winning. This is just a whole other level. It's a whole other level. I mean, the Knicks are now 6-2 in the playoffs. 6-2. And 2 of those are against the reigning champions. Holy mackerel. Beautiful. Al Horford is 187 years old. And he's still out there. Man. The Wingstop Trio. I know we call him the duo, but it's really the trio because Josh Hart deserves a lot of love, man. A lot of love. Josh Hart right here, 23 points. High man for the team. High man for the game. 23 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He passed up on 1 3-point shot attempt. I believe it was early in the second quarter, and it infuriated me. And I'm sure it must have felt like he was tasting iron in his mouth after he bypassed that, because he drove into the paint, he tried to find somebody, and it was a totally empty possession. He never did that again, and that's why he finishes with 23 points for him. Congratulations to Josh Hart, man, because I've been rough on him. And he delivered when it mattered the most. Here are the stats. Mikal Bridges, 14 points, all of them in the fourth quarter. All 14 in the fourth quarter. Wow. Hey, I mean, of course, it matters that you score, but it matters more when you score, especially in the postseason. OG Anunoby, who was the high man in game 1 with 29 points, only 5 points tonight, but he did the dirty work. He battled. His defense was fabulous. The way he would just hang out. He came from the blind side several times and created a steal, created a turnover. Fabulous game for him from the defensive end. 2 for 9 overall. And to think the Knicks still pulled it out, that's what I'm saying. I feel bad for the Celtics. I just don't think I don't think OG is going to repeat this kind of stat line. I think he's going to be more closer to a game 1 stat line in game 3. So Celtics got some work to do. Karl-Anthony Towns, 21 points, 17 rebounds, big-time double-double for him. Only took 1 3-pointer, and Knicks still won. That has to be corrected, but I think that's part of the scheme of the Celtics. They don't want him to get clean looks in any way, shape, or form, because he is he is the best shooting big man in the game. I know that maybe Joker may have ended up with a better shooting percentage from 3-point this season. I can't remember the final stats, but we know that over the arc of their careers, Towns is the better long ball shooter. And tonight, 35 minutes for him, 17 rebounds, 21 points. Fantastic. Jalen Brunson, he shot under 33%, 2 of 9 from the 3-point line, only 3 rebounds, 7 assists, only 17 points in his 38 minutes of play. But man, did he hit 2 monster free throws to secure the victory for the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks were 89-90 when Brunson went to the free throw line, and he buried them both under intense pressure. And as I talked about Josh Hart already with his 23 points, but then when you look at the bench, Thibs went 8 deep, but really it was only 7 deep because Campaign did not see any action in the second half. This was all first half minutes, 5 minutes. He wasn't effective at all, honestly. He wasn't. But Mitch his impact just phenomenal. And Deuce hit a monster 3. He hits a big dunk, 2 for 3 in his 17 minutes, 5 points. Do we want more than 11 points from our bench? Of course we do. Of course we do. I'm expecting that to take an uptick as the games continue. The Knicks only had 19 assists. You look at the plus minus here. Plus 19 for Mitch Robinson. Plus 9 for Deuce. The bench were the only plus players. So the Knicks, think about that. Think about Thibs' concerns the whole time. Oh, when our starters are out, our bench, they got to, keep us in the game, and we keep falling behind and all that. Well, tonight it was the bench who held up. It was the bench. Now, of course, the starters came through. Towns, Brunson. I mean, and then look at Anunoby was a minus 11 tonight. Crazy. Here are the Boston Celtics stats. The New York Knicks held the mighty Jason Tatum to just 13 points. 5 of 19 for him. 14 rebounds. Al Horford, 2 of 11. He missed all 5 of his 3-point attempts. He only delivered 4 points and 4 rebounds. Drew Holiday, 10 points for him. 0 for 2 from the 3-point line in 34 minutes of play. White and Brown were the problem for the Knicks. It was mostly White because of his efficiency early on. 20 points for him. But I think he had, 14 in the first half. Only finished with 20. 20 for Brown. And their bench was relegated to, they gave you some points. They gave him 23 points. That's definitely significant. But they weren't impactful. They were not that impactful points like they were in the previous games. Here are the team stats comparisons. The Celtics had an additional 8 field goal attempts than the Knicks. but the Knicks converted on 3 more of those attempts. Fascinating. 36% field goal shooting for Detroit, 43 for the Knicks. Boston was 10 of 40 from the three-point line. New York was 9 of 31. Those are ugly numbers, but it's just, remember, I guess I wanted the Knicks to stay closer to the Celtics in attempts, but I guess it's more important that you stay closer in makes. So here, 10-9, I'll live with that. The free throws, 15 trips to the charity stripe for the Celtics. They converted on 12 of them, 80%. The Knicks converted on 80% as well, but on 5 less attempts, so that amounted to 4 less points right there. So it did help that the Knicks had an additional 3 trips to 3 additional field goal attempts, and that's why the final score is as close as it was. Look at that, 91-90. The Knicks did not out-rebound the Celtics. They were at -5 in that, 46-51. Assists, they did win that battle, but it shows what a slugfest this was. 19-17. Neither team could get 20 assists in this game, but the Knicks once again come through with the stocks. 16 stocks for them to 14 for the Celtics. 11 steals for the New York Knicks. Beautiful. The Knicks were turning the ball off over a lot earlier in untimely turnovers, but they reined it in somewhat. They finished with 16-17 for the Celtics, but the Knicks did concede 11 points off their turnovers. That was another thing that the Knicks had to overcome, and they managed to do it on the fast break. They got a +5 there, 18-13. Points in the paint was even, and I bet you in second chance points. Actually, let's get to that. I want to see that. Did we see that already? Let's see. Second chance points. Ooh, the Knicks even lost that. 23-14. Interesting. So it really comes down to those additional 2-point field goals the Knicks were able to get. Beautifully done. You can see over here the leading players. 20. Well, this is pretty much, I've already gone over all this. All right, let's get back to this. Unbelievable. Are you guys shocked? I want to hear from you guys. Are you shocked? If you're shocked, give me a thumbs up if you're shocked in the chat. If you're not shocked, just give me a smiley face. That's what I want to see. Unbelievable. Because I'm going to say, even though I kind of predicted it, I am a little shocked. Honestly. I am a little shocked because, the champs are champs for a reason. It's incredibly difficult to win the NBA championship. And the fact that the Knicks were able to do this, come back from 2 20-point victories, 2 20-point deficits against the reigning champions, it's never been done. It's never been done. In fact, I think, wait, hold on. My son sent me, and I meant to put it up on the screen. I thought I got a screen grab of it. Hold on. Here it is. There it is. Knicks stand alone as the only team in play-by-play era, I don't know what that means, to have at least 2 20-point comebacks in the same series. And then add on top of that versus the reigning champions, who were the 2 seed above you. I have never seen it ever in my 56 years of enjoying NBA basketball of any kind. I've never seen that happen ever. That is not a good sign for Boston. Knicks will figure out how to win 2 more games in the next 4. It will happen. The New York Knicks will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to happen. Going to happen. Put your money on it. It's going to happen. That'll hold for 100 years. That's right, Bob. I think so. I just don't see how teams can even pull that off. I mean, first of all, it took an overtime win for us to pull it off. But Brunson had the opportunity to win it in regulation in game 1. Great look, just didn't go in. But they ended up pulling that out, gutting it out, and now they've done it again. Being down 20 late, not being down 20 in the first quarter. And then they get it together and start chipping the lead away. No, they were down late in the third quarter. And they came back and won this thing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What's up, JD? JD. Oh, man. I know JD's loving this. JD's loving this, man. Because, for one, I mean, we talk every day about the Knicks nonstop. And, man, I mean, we've had our doubts, but we knew there was a formula for this team to be able to rise above what they have shown us before in the postseason and turn that into winning basketball. And they've done it. They've done it in the clutch. They've done it twice now in a row. Fantastic. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with the OKC game in Denver. I think OKC is up. I think we're going to the finals, people. But we got a long way to go. Just saying, it feels like that. But we got a long way to go. JD, aren't you on KFTV right now? I can't wait to watch that in a bit. I bounced around. You guys. All right. Anybody have any questions specifically for me right now? Because we're going to be winding this down soon, even though it's a beautiful love fest right now. And we should keep. Oh, we got Stanley Mann in the house. Hope so. George, Knicks need to stop forcing the ball to Brunson and give him a break. You're right. But guess what happened in the second half? They did. They stopped forcing it to him. In fact, Brunson, I mean, I don't have the stats or the numbers in front of me, but I feel like he barely brought the ball up in the second half. Once we were down 20, he barely brought the ball up. So the Knicks identified that they need to get Brunson off ball, to give him a break, and also make the Celtics game plan adjust, and that totally worked. Oh, man. Woo! Fantastic. What a fantastic win. You guys, we are on a path to pull off one of the most fascinating upsets in recent NBA history. If the New York Knicks can continue this run, which I do believe they will, we might lose one of these two at MSG, and then come back to Boston Garden and win it in Game 6, because the road that means nothing to us. It means nothing to this team. That just shows the heart that this team has, the guttiness that they have. But you never know. They might even win both at home. They might sweep this fucking thing. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. I thought if we won in 5, we split, the first 2, win the 2 at home, and then win Game 5 in Boston. But no, it might go the other way around. We might just win these 2 at home. Even if we split, we might just win the final 4th game in Boston. What would have to happen to change that outcome? Boston's going to have to make their shots, right? But they're not. They're not making their shots. I told you guys earlier, I think it was in the pregame, sorry. The Celtics have not been shooting that great from the three-point line since Game 63. Since Game 63 of the season, from Game 50 to 63, the Celtics shot 40% from the three-point line. They averaged 46 attempts, and they made 18 or so. Okay? So 40% they shot. Then, in game 64, in the final 19 games of the season, that 40% went down to 35%. They averaged even more three-pointers, but it went down to 35%. And then in the playoffs, including game 1, not including game 2, I don't have that stat, but including game 1, they dropped to 34%. So they went from 40% from the three-point line to 34%. Look, I know I'm a big math guy, and if you were an old-time, long-time watcher of this channel, you know that when I was like screaming, we got to shoot more threes. Remember that whole phase years ago because of the math? Well, when you're shooting 34%, you don't want to shoot more threes. So then what do the Celtics do? How do they counter? How do they pivot? If they're not hitting their threes, they're shooting 25% against us in 2 games with 100 attempts. So it's pretty convincing evidence. May in the next 3 games, may they have one of their, typical Celtics games where they explode from the three-point line. It could happen. But right now, the pattern that's been established is that is now going to be an outlier. What will be the norm is that they struggle from the three-point line against the Knicks because of the way the Knicks have been playing the defense out on the perimeter. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Shout out to every single Knick player who totally is following this game plan in a beautiful method. Fantastic result. Fantastic result. Woo! I kind of feel like I'm semi-dreaming. I'm having a waking dream that the New York Knicks are up 2-0. Unbelievable. And they did it this way. And it's like ugly, like low-scoring fashion, 91-90. That just shows that the Knicks defense has a lot more in it than people realized. And, man, major shout-out to OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Everybody, all the Knicks. Major shout-out to all of them. All right, we got Sandman in the house. What's up, brother? Anarchy. What's up, man? All right. I think going to wind this down, brothers and sisters. This is a great gift to all of us who have been suffering, and to all those like my son and everyone from his generation, and maybe those from even a little bit older who never got to experience those incredible 90s Knicks and 80s Knicks. This is that you've been sticking with this franchise all this time. This is your reward. Fantastic for you. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations, man. Enjoy it. I don't think this is going to stop. I think the Knicks are going to keep pulling out these kind of wins, and the Knicks are going to face whoever comes out of the Pacers-Cavs series. I know I'm getting ahead of myself by saying that, but this is what I see. It's just what I see. I'm going to have to be proven wrong. That's right, Lex. Boston is shook. Boston looks shook. They look shook in game 1. And I think when they saw the Knicks making that little bit of a run, again, they started tightening up even more. And that's why they couldn't even make a bucket from 3 in that fourth quarter. Fantastic. Oh, Bob, since 1985. Drop fans in 91. I want everyone drop in since you've been a fan right now. Teddy White, 91. Nice. For me. Oh, here we go. Trying to put it in the wrong spot. 92. Awesome. Sid Dash 92. So you guys have been. Oh, thank you so much, Chris. Chris Lopez. Since when? Since when have you been a fan of the Knicks? Drop in your years right now. Terrell White 98. 2011 for Owen. Ona Penn. Salute to OG for sure. Red Exodus 1970. My man, right there. 1980 for Lex. Oh, Lex, man, you suffered through some dark years, brother. So early dark years, and then those the 20s dark years. Oh man, Crim's dad 2025 championship season, first time. Let's go. Connor T, 2009. Jesse from 1990. Damn. David Kong, fan since 73. Starks, Ewing, Oakley, Mason Days for Sid Dash. That was a great team. 1973 for Hassan. Awesome. 93 for Solomon. Loving this. Chris Lopez since 68. You got me beat by a year, brother. Beautiful. 05 for Snacks. AJ the GOAT, born in 202, been a fan since birth. I love that. That's like my son. He was a fan since he was born. That's why I still do this from his old better. My son, he has his own life now. He's like, he's doing great. I'm so proud of him. But this, where I am, is his old better when he was a kid. And we painted it orange and blue because we're Knicks fans and Mets fans, and as a kid, we just dressed it up for sports and everything. And now I do these shows from here. And I'm so happy that he's being able to enjoy this moment right now. After so much, especially, for us living in LA, to have to watch the Lakers succeed, we kind of whatever, you just have your moments where you're like, okay, Lakers, but no, this is what it's about right here. This is what it's about. My son was born in New York, though. He was born. He is an actual New Yorker through and through. Through and through. All right. This is it, guys. I don't even want to sign off because I'm having so much fun with everybody. Kid Funkadelic 77, thank you so much for your super chat, man. We are going to the finals. Love that. Love that. Love that enthusiasm. Why the fuck not? You think the Pacers can handle us? You think the Cavs can handle us? No way. No way. We stay healthy. We are going to be one of the final two teams standing in the 2025 season. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Love it. So happy. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I will do definitely another video before Saturday's game, and I'll do a post game. I mean a pregame on Saturday as well. Gonna look at what happened, man, more deeply. I jump on, I get a few stats here and there, or whatever, and I use other people's comments and stuff. It helps for me organize my thoughts. But then I need some time, to really assimilate everything that's happened. But I'll tell you, Karl Anthony Towns his physicality tonight was a major aspect. The Twin Towers were a huge contributor to winning this game. It just slowed the Celtics down. It took them out of their game plan. They didn't really know how to respond to it. Missoula still hasn't figured out how to respond properly to the Twin Towers, even though it's not like we went on a huge run when the Twin Towers were there. It creates so many mismatches and so much confusion. And, shooting, especially long-range shooting, is all about rhythm. So when you have Mitch out there and Cat out there with their long arms just flailing around, now Cat is much more active out on the perimeter because he knows if he gets beat, if someone gets by him, he's got Mitch back there. And now OG is perfectly positioned as well for help defense. Same with Mikal. So all these long arms, these like long tentacles are out there. And that has changed everything for the New York Knicks defensively. And it's going to be tough to see how Boston can counter that. I don't want to say it, but I doubt any Celtics fans are watching this right now. But here's the one thing to watch out. What could happen? Well, for one, Kristaps is probably going to feel better by Saturday, a little bit better. He missed. He played part of game one, but only played a few minutes, and then he was out, and he didn't even start game two. He's obviously still not feeling right from his, he has a respiratory infection. He's recovering from that. You give him another 2 days, and then on Saturday, so you have Thursday off, Friday off, Saturday, he could feel a lot better, so he's going to be a problem for sure on Saturday. But he's still not going to be 100%. Still not going to be 100%. So Cat out there with Mitch, creating, swallowing up all of that aerial space around makes life tougher for Porzingis because he rarely faces that. And that's thrown his game off. Same thing for Tatum. Same thing for Ryan. It's all for all of them. So we're probably going to see more Mitch. And I love that how many free throws did he hit? I know he hit one big one. So we'll see about that. But I just at this point, if the Knicks could win these 2 games the way they did, I just can't see Boston winning 4 out of the next 5 against this team. It feels like a near impossibility to me. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this. My name is George. This is Into the Knicks-Verse. This is the place to come for the post-game and any kind of Knicks talk and analysis. If you are a Knicks fan, if you are a curious NBA fan, anything whatsoever, come here. We will give you the real talk. These fans, look at this chat. Fantastic commentary. I've been looking at it the whole time. My son's in the chat. What's up? Oh, thanks. I love you. I love you, man. I love you. Ah, man, what a great day. What a great night. Great night. All right. I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go.